matches. Now is the time to make this pledge. Let's thank Deborah Farrington, who's giving in $1 for every $2 that you pledge. A pledge of $100 from you right now turns into $150. We can invest that into all of your favorite programs right here on WNYC. To take advantage of the match, simply call us up at 1-888-376-9692. You can also make a secure e-pledge at WNYC.org. We'd like to thank you for supporting WNYC. We'd like to thank Deborah Farrington, who is making this match possible. And here's another familiar voice that we'd like to thank as well.
Hello, listeners. This is Patrick Stewart. Over the years, I have perfected the art of using my voice to command others, from the members of Starfleet to the mutants of X-Men. Though it is a useful power, I try hard to not use what my wife calls my Mr. Bossy Pants voice in normal day-to-day interactions. It's not so easy. Why, just yesterday at the coffee shop. Young man, will you give me a double cappuccino with extra foam and bring it to my table in the corner? Make it so. Yeah, like I said, I'm working on it. How does this sound? Fellow listeners, WNYC works so hard to offer its excellent programming, and they rely on your support. Pledging is easy, fast, and effective. Please consider making it so. And thanks. I did it! And that was kind of nice.
The number to call is 1-888-376-9692. You can also make it so online at WNYC.org. Become a member at whatever level is comfortable for you. And if you do it right now, your dollars will be matched. A $10 a month pledge, $120 for the year, becomes $180 because you're listening at a great time. We have a matching period in effect right now. You can do your part and a whole lot more. It takes about 2 minutes of your time at 1-888-376-9692 or WNYC.org.
You know, it's hard to believe that you can run a radio station on the honor system, but it is true. Listeners decide to make a contribution because they know it can't work any other way. So right now, your friends are contributing, your neighbors, your coworkers, clients, fellow New Yorkers, Patrick Stewart. Listener contributions are the single largest source of revenue for WNYC. That's why your contribution means so much right now. And as Sirius mentioned, we are in the middle of a matching period, so your money, your contribution will go so much farther right now here at WNYC that we ask that you renew your support, make a first-time contribution at 1-888-376-9692 or WNYC.org.
If you're wondering how a monthly contribution of $6.25 could help WNYC bring you the programs you count on, think about this. The program you're listening to right now, Morning Edition, is on the air because thousands of people started their sustaining memberships during last year's pledge drive. It really does add up. In order to bring you Morning Edition, and all things considered, WNYC pays a fee to NPR, and it comes out to more than $8,000 a day, every day. Well, today's broadcast of NPR News is taken care of thanks to our members. We're asking everyone listening right now to step up and become a WNYC member. Support the programming you rely on right now. It really takes just 2 minutes of your time at 1-888-376-9692. Make a $60 pledge right now. It becomes $90 to support WNYC. Make a $1,000 pledge. It becomes $1,500 because of this match. Do it online at WNYC.org or on the phone at 888-376-9692.
WNYC is where you go to hear smart and relevant coverage of local, of national, of international news. Even here in New York, a media capital, many outlets for in-depth conversation have really cut back or even gone out of business. But not here at WNYC. We're actually expanding, and we are because of you. WNYC with that tax-deductible pledge right now, or perhaps join us for the first time. Again, we have a matching period underway. Deborah Farrington giving $1 for every $2 that you pledge. 1-888-376-9692 or WNYC.org.
Get in on the match while you can. We never know how long these matching periods are going to last, so please don't put it off. Think about how much you rely on WNYC. Place a value on it. Make that call. Make that e-pledge and have your dollars matched right now. 1-888-376-9692 or at WNYC.org. And thank you very much.
partly sunny right now, but rain is on its way, especially some rain in the afternoon, getting up to about 44 degrees. Right now it's 37 degrees at 8:30.
It's morning
From NPR News. Good morning. I'm Stephen Keith.
And I'm Renee Montaigne. Flames lit up the Ukrainian capital last night as riot police tried to clear Kiev's main square of thousands of protesters. Ukraine's health ministry says 25 people were killed in the rioting. 9 of the dead were police, 1 was a Ukrainian journalist. The fighting is the worst since protests began last fall, set off when Ukraine's president backed away from a trade deal with the European Union. Ukraine.
Those are their words. There is, without a doubt, rampant corruption in Ukraine. This is a fact. This has been documented by Western organizations, and the local press writes extensively about corruption reaching all the way up into the highest echelons of the government. People talk about the Yanukovych family. So they would like to see him go, but that's really what the people, when I speak to them on the street, what they say is they want a new system. They see the whole structure as rotten and corrupt. And what they want is a new start, if that's possible. And the European Union has sort of provided a symbol for the direction that these protesters want to go.
Well, are there signs that these protests are spreading far beyond the capital, Kiev?
Well, yes, they have spread, not to the extent that we've seen in Kiev. The western part of the country and the central part of the country where Kiev is located, they are primarily anti-government, anti-President Yanukovych. And so we have been seeing these demonstrations in the major cities of the west. Government buildings have been seized, and there's general support. People are actually coming from the west, have come from the west, into Kiev. But then we have the eastern part of the country and the south, in particular Crimea. These are Russian-speaking, and there's a large ethnic Russian population, and either they are more ambivalent about the demonstrations, or they're not supporting them at all.
So it's a strong word, but I'm just wondering if there's any suggestion that Ukraine is looking at a civil war here.
Well, there are suggestions, more than suggestions. There have been a number of warnings.